What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the 3 movies and 7 TV shows that are coming basically in conjunction with, or including, like being the properties of Sony games, PlayStation games. So remember, this is a deal that was made I think actually it was like over a year ago, right? And there was a lot of rumors of like Twisted Metal. Obviously, Uncharted is kind of part of the overall thing. The Last of Us show on HBO is part of the overall thing. Remember, this is a partnership basically to get Sony properties out there. That's pretty much boiled down what it is. And there was some sort of talk, I believe yesterday, very early yesterday, in which they kind of said, like, hey, here's the plan. Like, well, number one, we have a lot going on. We have a lot being worked on, and they're in development, which does not mean they're coming out right away. It actually doesn't even mean they've even started filming or they got everything put together, but they're actively working on these. And there are 10 in all, and 3 of them are going to be movies, and 7 of them are going to be shows. Now, I don't believe Uncharted and The Last of Us counts, although if they do, then there's 1 and 1 taken, so then 6 and 2, but I'm pretty sure from what I saw and from what people are saying talking about it, I'm pretty sure they don't count. So, somewhere around that mark. Either way, by the way, if you didn't know, that's a lot of properties. That's a ton. And so I thought, okay, well, it'd be fun, to kind of give you guys that news roundup, which I actually managed to cover in under a minute, which is good. But I'll also talk about what we could be getting. There are several, in my mind, very, very good there's some really good ones out there. And we'll start with the rumored Twisted Metal. So this has been something that's been talked about for like years in general, but especially over the last little while, especially when this deal, which I gotta remember, I don't remember when this deal was made, but it wasn't too long ago in terms of like years. But Twisted Metal, ever since that happened, was rumored to be happening, that they would be making a Twisted Metal TV show. I mean, that would be insane. I think that's something that a lot of people want to see. It's something that I want to see. It's something that I would absolutely sign up for. And again, when you have a situation like what they're doing, you don't have to just have properties that are brand new. Like obviously the Uncharted games they're not, I was going to say they're done. I mean, the Nathan Drake story of it is done, but obviously it's not done forever. And you see the movie obviously happening, which I think will be generally a big hit in terms of like these game, connected to these movies. You have the fact that there probably will be more Uncharted games just in general, with or without Nathan Drake. The Last of Us TV show, well, obviously Last of Us Part 2 just came out. There will for sure be a Last of Us Part 3, okay? So that's still happening. But again, you don't have to just have newer things. And some of these ideas that I have, in fact, all of them, Twisted Metal, when was the last time that even happened, right? I mean, obviously Sweet Tooth was in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, but for the most part, it's been dormant for a very, very long time. And by the way, the cool thing with this is, and the reason why I'm trying to pick some of the stuff I'm going to talk about is, like, hopefully we can get these reinvigorated. Again, the Uncharted thing, it's like, well, maybe if it does so well, maybe they do consider, but again, like, they're probably already making a new Uncharted game. It's probably already being written and already being, made. So, like, if it doesn't have Nathan Drake, like, they've missed out. The Last of Us TV show, well, like again, it's the same thing with the game. Like, the game is still happening. You don't have to worry about, like, hey, are these shows and movies petitions to get the ball rolling on these properties? Twisted Metal would be, I think, right? If the show does good, it's like, hey, well, do we put money into a Twisted Metal remake and then see if that does good? And if that does good, maybe we do a brand new Twisted Metal game. I mean, these are the things that that could easily happen, really. So that's one. Horizon Forbidden, I was gonna say Horizon Forbidden West, but Horizon just in general. I saw this floating around in terms of like a movie. I mean, yeah, if I were to pick properties that could be a feature, like literally a feature-length film, hard to pick anything. I mean, you could do God of War. God of War, I think, actually would probably, especially with 2018's God of War, I think would probably work better as a show. The original 3, okay, especially, I mean, 3 is the one that's like so vividly in my mind. That probably works relatively well as like a movie, right? Because it's very it's I don't know, like, it's a long game. God of War 3 takes probably like 8 to 10 hours to beat, but you can imagine squeezing that all into like a 2.5 hour movie, right? God of War 2018, I don't really think fits. I think there's a lot of story, way more story elements and character development, and just a lot more, I don't know, mature like growth that the other games just flat out didn't have, and that would work really well in a TV show. So there's an idea. Horizon, I think that would work pretty well in terms of a movie. Yes, the game is 30, 40, 50 hours long, but it's if you do everything. If you only did the main stuff, and even some of the main stuff isn't even entirely necessary, you cut out a lot of the, the stuff that maybe you don't need for a movie, I think that would work. Now, that would be very expensive. It would be more of that, like a sci-fi kind of film, right? So that would be up there. Like, I don't think Uncharted is probably the most expensive movie in the world to make. Horizon probably would be more. One final one, I'm sure we can go through a couple others, but one big one I want to focus on is Sly. So remember, Sly Cooper was supposed to have a TV show, and this was years ago. This was, I believe, like 3-ish years ago. He was supposed to have a show. I feel like they had ordered. Now, it was through, I don't even know what like publication or who was actually airing it, but I feel like I read like this was going to be many episodes, like 30 plus episodes of a Sly Cooper TV show. Okay, and you probably saw like the new, because they had like a still of what he would look like in this TV show. It was pretty weird, kind of scary. Not a big fan of it. Obviously, more of a fan of the game, but they were going to try it, and it got canceled. I think first it got delayed, but then they just flat out canceled the entire thing. And again, they ordered like 30 plus episodes, and they canceled the entire thing. So did they do that for, like, why did they do that? Like, what was the reason? Well, I mean, you could have just thought, and I thought at the time, like, maybe they just have no hope, right? Sly Cooper's dead. At the same time, with this deal going on, maybe they see a better thing where it's like, okay, well, wait, we're putting together this partnership. We're allowing all of our brands to, again, either in a movie or a TV show, we have plans for blank, 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 and they just start listing them off, right? We have all these plans. Well, why don't we do Sly with that? So Sly, again, kind of fits the bill of the Twisted Metal thing, where maybe it's a little bit more kiddish-like, it's a little bit more cartoony, but at the same time, I mean, I love Sly Cooper, and I'm 24. I love Sly Cooper. I want more Sly Cooper games. So maybe this is an example of you appeal to new people, younger people, but you also appeal to people that have played these games for their childhood, and if it's good enough, then maybe, again, you try the remake routine with Sly or remaster, and then you do a brand new Sly game. So I think Sly honestly would fit the bill, I would say, equally. If any reason you could say a Twisted Metal show would work, I really do think, obviously for a different reason, Twisted Metal would be a bit more gory. It would be a bit more like, M for mature, whatever, the movie kind of rating for it, or the TV show kind of rating for it. Like, it would fit really well on like an HBO thing, right? But, Sly, I think, would fit for different reasons. So you have that. Final couple I just want to throw in there that are just for fun. I think Ratchet and Clank would work in the same way that Sly would work, and I also think Infamous would work really well. Maybe as a TV show. Again, I know I said Horizon would work as a movie, and Infamous is kind of close to it, right? I don't know. I think that Infamous would work, I would say, more as a TV show, because you could establish just more things going on in the world. It is more about the character and the powers, right, of Cole and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I mean, I think it could work as a movie, too, if you wanted to do it. I think Horizon would work, by the way, as a TV show as well. All of them, I think, would work as both. But I think, just trying to place which one makes the most sense where. And by the way, again, there's 7 TV shows to 3 movies, and you probably are going to pick the bigger properties, like Uncharted, obviously movie. What are the other 2, or what are the other 3? God of War, Spider-Man, but you can't do Spider-Man, right, because of what you have already put together. So God of War is probably the next big one. So do they do that in a movie because it's huge? But yet again, The Last of Us, I would say, is probably bigger than several of them as well, and they chose TV show. So I don't know if they're necessarily picking the biggest things to go to movies, but I think it's honestly an interesting talk to have. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? What properties do you think they'll bring to movies? What properties do you think they'll bring to TV shows? Honestly, this is always kind of assuming that they'll do it well, because if Uncharted comes out and it's garbage, if The Last of Us TV show comes out and it's garbage, it's like, all right, you should probably not make like 10 more of these on all the other properties and ruining them too. It's just not gonna go well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And as you guys know, I do a brand new video every single day on this channel. Merry Christmas Eve. I forgot to say that in the beginning, but this should go up on Christmas Eve. So hopefully you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. If you guys have time, I'd love to see you here on Christmas.